Hi everyone, and this is O.G.Starwars, and I am so glad to be back and doing these videos for you guys. And I do have a little announcement here before we get on to the lore of the Rule of Two from the Darth Bane Trilogy, which is in the Old Republic era of Star Wars. If you guys are anticipating for this collection to come out, Legacy Comic Volume 3 is now being released, and I received my copy. I'm pretty much excited about the whole thing, and I am going to do a review of this era of Star Wars and Skywalkers. So stay tuned for that, and I'm pretty much excited. So if you guys haven't added this omnibus to your collection, to your overall Legends or EU collection, go check it out. It's released now. I received mine today, and there you go. Now on to our regular scheduled lore review, and it's Rule of Two by among the Darth Bane Trilogy, and we have Darth Zannah now in the picture here. So in the beginning here we have Darth Bane is a last surviving Sith, and now has an apprentice named Darth Zannah, whom he finds, who is exceptionally strong in the Force, is particularly dark side, as we do read her abilities and how she uses her Force abilities, her innate Force abilities, against others, out of spite or any of that dark side emotion, I guess you can say. And I'm not going to get too much into any of these details leading up and through this review, because I want you guys to have fun reading and discovering all the depths and angles that this book is providing when it comes to their Force abilities and what they are doing along their journey in this novel. All right, so he is now directing the Sith into a new era, and that is the Rule of Two, and that's what we see in the movies, the OT, and the lore from Palpatine and before him is the Rule of Two. So this is the beginning, and then we see kind of the ending of the Rule of Two with Palpatine leading up into one Sith, which is in Legacy. And so we have this huge evolution of the Sith, and it continues even from the beginning when the Jedi, break off into factions. And so I think that's very interesting, just to follow that path on how both sides evolved. And so this kind of gives us information about how the Sith evolved and how they continue to evolve versus the Jedi don't evolve that much. And I think that's where they may fail in is being stuck into beliefs system, like their code. And I'm not going to get too much into that. That's not what this review is about. This is about the Rule of Two novelization and the lore behind it. So as he creates the Rule of Two, he also hopes that Zannah is worthy of being his apprentice. And so again, we see that evolution, the worthiness of the apprentice, who eventually takes out, I'm going to just say it bluntly, takes out the master and, assumes Lord, our Dark Lord, our Darth, title and the mastery, the master position. And so during all this evolution that he's creating, all of this new rules for the Sith survival, he is looking for ancient Sith lore. And during this time, he crashes on the jungle planet of Onderon, where he finds a repository of dark lore. And he is overcome by the obelisks, little pesticides that cover his body. And in a sense, we see that they kind of have a mutual agreement in a sense, even though later on, and we'll get more into this, he wants them off his body. As long as they protect him and help amplify his Force ability, Force power, or strength. I like strength more than power, because we're not going into like superheroes. We're going into a more of a fantasy, where, you know, we have abilities from the Force and not power. That's how I see that. And maybe you guys see it that way, maybe not. So, but we're not going to get into that. So with the Arbalisks, they live off of him and protect him, and there's a mutual agreement and between that function. That's sometimes parasites do that. They protect him and enhance his Force abilities while he allows them to stay on his body as armor. And it's disgusting, it's gross, yeah, but hey, it is what it is. And so he's overcome by the Arbalisks, and they're basically a hard shell parasite again, so that's why I say that, you know, like it's armor. And while he is covered with this, and he's, you know, basically unsightly, so he kind of stays in the foreground and are, you know, behind scenes. And so Darth Zannah is his enforcer, while you know, while he remains in the shadows. And you know, we see her strength. Like I said in the beginning, we see her strength. We learn about her strength in the Force, particularly the dark side. And one of her major strengths is, our gifts, is that she can conjure horror from into a victim's mind, you know, destroying their sanity with illusionary threats and stuff. So we see that that's her gift right there, that she creates people's minds to go mad. And we see that later on in the book, and we'll get to that as well. Darth Bane sends Darth Zannah to infiltrate the Separatists on Serrano, and while she's there, she uncovers hyperspace charts in a trove of a Sith collector, and from there, you know, it leads them to Tython. And if you know the lore, Tython is where originally the Force sensitive, the Jedi, come from. And so there's a huge lore behind there, and there's a huge, you know, it's priceless to them. Basically, it's priceless. And there it holds the secrets of how to construct a holocron. So that's what Darth Bane is looking for. So while she is on Serrano, he is making his way to Tython, to, you know, find all that information about, you know, constructing the holocron. While Darth Bane is making his way to Tython to find and uncover the relics and how to learn to make holocrons, he also sends Darth Zannah to infiltrate the Jedi Temple so that she can find the cure to remove the Arbalisks. And so we have this going on, and she does find it, but then Darovit, I believe that's how you pronounce it, discovers who she is. So he senses her, and because of that, she takes him hostage. Instead of killing him to leave a trail and stuff like that, she takes Darovit hostage, and she returns with him as her hostage to her master, with the cure, or a way to remove the Arbalisks from his body. As she makes her way to Tython, though, to her master, she leaves a trail for the Jedi, and the Jedi follow. And from there they pursue, and once she gets back with her, reunited with her master, they go ahead and they destroy their pursuers, the Jedi, and Bane is now severely injured. So we have that. Darth Zannah then takes Bane to Khalib to be healed from his injury sustained with their battle against the Jedi. And from there, after Bane is healed, you know, they destroy Khalib, and she makes Daravoit go mad. I'm sorry, I'm just having a hard time with that pronunciation. But she makes him go mad, and so because of that, he then now looks like he is a Sith, and the Jedi who pursue him, Master Thonatu and his crew, basically destroys Deverot, and so now they believe that they destroyed the Sith. And so from there, because the Jedi thought they killed the last survivor of the Sith, Darth Bane and Zannah are now able to live in secrecy and still be able to further create the rule of two to make the Sith strong. Now, the story I did not cover in detail, like the fight going on when Caleb was healing Bane, or even on Tython. Again, I want you guys to read the story, get into it, make your opinion on those scenes as well. Get into the Jedi versus Sith fighting in the book and the story with how Bane creates the holocron as well. So and you know, all the adventures in between. So this is a very like to the point type review. Sometimes I give more information out than I want to because I really enjoy the books, and I do enjoy Darth Bane Trilogy. So I encourage you to pick up the book and read. If you haven't started the series yet or the trilogy, pick up all three and start with the first book and move through all three of these books, and together they make a great story, all three of them together. I think this is a little bit slower than the first one, but I don't think it's bad at all. And I think it just gives us more information about Darth Zannah and what's going on with Bane and his quest for power as a Sith, and keeping the Sith you know, alive and thriving through the rule of two. So thank you again for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Check out my merchandise. I do have merchandise. I haven't advertised it in a while, but you can find it on my Redbubble, and the link will be down in the description below. And let's create some conversation in the comments if you want to further discuss, like, you know, all the little details in here with the battles, and even like Darth Zannah's power, because yeah, she is quite powerful, and some things you learn about her, you're like, you know, is this almost like a Mary Sue or what? So I leave that open for you guys to discuss below. So let me know what you think about Darth Zannah so far, Darth Bane, and even those obelisks, little parasites. You know, it was weird, but I, you know, understand in a sense that they you know, parasites will protect their hosts in order for survival. So I thought it was very interesting but weird at the same time for him to do this to himself and allow this to happen. You know, and eventually realizing that that wasn't the smartest move ever to do. And so we learn that even Darth Bane isn't, isn't I wouldn't say overpowered or Mary Sue or anything like that, but he does have failures. And I said Mary Sue, but you know what I meant. So thank you again. And I look forward to completing this trilogy next week with book 3. So like, subscribe, and share. And you guys have a great day. May the Force be with you.